to Learn is a series about a nerd who wants to get that special VIP recommendation. He is, after all, a brain. The series is a pretty straightforward series. We have a guy, and we have, after all, these 5 girls. Our main character is Nariyuki, who is a hard worker and wants to learn, considers his talent to be poor, and he has 3 younger siblings and a single mom because the father died because he suffered from being the father of the main protagonist. Now, you've seen this series before. Nariyuki is the main protagonist. He's a nerd, and because of certain situations, he becomes the tutor of these 2 girls and this 3rd girl who he introduces using her full name for the audience. Thanks. His job is to make sure these girls get more than the D, while these 3 girls do anything they can to get his D. I actually quite enjoyed the series, surprisingly. Unlike the anime though, there were definitely moments where I groaned more, and there were moments where I laughed more. I think the part of what I really liked about the series, like in my first anime review, is just the different dynamics. It isn't just one dumb girl with 5 different faces. Is 5 dumb girls with 5 different faces. I will say I didn't really like Fumino's character. I liked her personally, she's adorable, but her character growth kind of already happened. It was her father's character growth that had to happen, so she was just kind of already done. Her relationship and her situation was kind of already over. Similarly, Kominami, this middle schooler who's actually a year older, doesn't really have any actual character growth. I loved Uruka's character though. She's easily my favorite of the series. She constantly helps Nariyuki, and their relationship dynamic in middle school is what led to them being the characters that we see today. Out of all the characters in this manga, Uruka clearly is a step above. She's amazing. She's my favorite. Mafuyu's character is surprisingly relatable. She's probably more of what adults can relate to. You have a dream that doesn't work out, and then reality hits you like a truck. With these heartfelt moments and the romance dynamic being interesting, despite it being mediocre in other places, I'm gonna give this series. Now, the spoiler is basically that everyone wins, okay? Instead of picking the author decides that every heroine should get a root, kind of like visual novels. Now, the good thing about that is that everyone wins, right? And the bad part about that is I hate it with every fiber of my being. Now, some of the more information that is revealed is actually pretty interesting, especially Kominami's route. Rizu's route was pretty bad since she was like barely in it. This was more of Sawaka's route than hers. One of the things I hear people say is that whoever confessed first would be the winner, but that doesn't actually make any sense. The author literally had to rewrite history just so the other routes make sense. The roots don't start till volume 17, right? But there are events that occurred in volume 12 and 11 that have an effect in volume 12, 13, or 15, which are not part of them. And he had to redo those so the other roots could make sense. This is why Uruka's romance arc just makes so much sense to me. It was like they were meant to be together, and it showcases, man. She does so many things. She makes him chocolate, and that's something that resonated with him. And this is again before the root and their relationship dynamic and how they affected each other to become the characters they are. This is such a big part of the series. It had to be rewritten so the other girls could win, and that is just such a big thing that I feel like people are glossing over. The kiss scenes were fantastic. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. My feelings, looking back at my review, my feelings were justified, and I still feel like that now. But after reading it, again, somewhat, I do appreciate the ending more. Overall, though, I did like the manga. I'm still angry, but I did enjoy myself. even having some emotion is still better than being bland. Overall, I'm gonna give this series a 6 out of 10.